The Eugene Carroll lawsuit against Donald Trump for an alleged battery that took place in a department store in Manhattan in the early 90s is set to get underway in April. So what's happening right now, as they prepare for the trial, they've got the judge, they've already exchanged evidence, all of that is done. And by the way, the judge this week smacked down Trump's alleged offer to provide his DNA, because it turns out he was only offering the DNA in exchange for another piece of evidence from Egen Carroll. And the judge said, you can't do a quid pro quo here. So I'm not even going to allow it. So that puts a rest to that, and by the way, destroys a major legal argument that Donald Trump's lawyers were, according to reports, planning to make. But this week, Trump's lawyers went back in court, led by Lena Haba. Alina Haba's not leading this one, or she's a part of the team, but either way. And they're asking the judge to bar certain words, phrases, clips, and witnesses from being able to testify in this trial. And some of the words and phrases, of course, that they're trying to ban include grab them by the, remember the Access Hollywood tape where Donald Trump was caught bragging about how he would forcibly grope women and when you're rich, they let you do it? Yeah, his lawyers don't want that played or those words even mentioned in the upcoming trial. So they're trying to get that banned so that the plaintiffs cannot bring that up. They're also trying to ban certain witnesses, including a young press aide that Trump had requested board Air Force One just to look at her ass. So they don't want this woman who was, at least sexualized to a point of discomfort by Donald Trump. You can't testify. They also want to bar the plaintiffs from calling in any other witnesses that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct. And they want to bar any mention of all of the women, and there are dozens, that have accused Donald Trump of harassment or inappropriate touching. So in other words, they want to ban any and all evidence that could prove a pattern of behavior. Now, for the plaintiffs in this particular case, establishing a pattern of behavior is in fact crucial, right? You have to be able to show the jurors, because there's no video evidence, there's no photographic evidence of what happened allegedly in that department store. So you have to make the case that this is the kind of person he is, which makes it very plausible, maybe even likely, that he did this, that he did assault her in that dressing room. In order to do that, what better way than to use his own words against him? He's on tape bragging about assaulting women. That's a pretty strong piece of evidence for the plaintiffs, which of course is why Trump's lawyers don't want it in there. All these other women that have made accusations against Trump, and again, they're only accusations, he has not been charged or convicted of any of it, but bringing them in to tell their stories bolsters Eugene Carroll's story. And if they're not able to do that, they're not going to be able to win, I am afraid. And I'm not saying that because I think she has a weak case. I think she has a very good case. The problem is, here in the United States, if you don't have video evidence, if you don't have photographic evidence, proving a case like this is dang near impossible, because you have to prove it to that jury beyond a reasonable doubt. And without hard evidence, it's difficult to do. But if you establish the pattern of behavior, the history of harassment, the history of the statements, the things he has said on Twitter, which, by the way, they're also trying to ban that. His lawyers know he's in trouble, and they know that all of these things they want banned will harm him in that trial, which, of course, is why they're trying to ban them. We don't know yet if the judge will grant these requests, but if the judge does, it's going to be very difficult for the plaintiff to make her case. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.